Everybody's waiting till the fruit starts thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. U.K.E-liquid mix show, stirring anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air. The mics are hot, excitement's jumping. Everybody's waiting till the fruit starts thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. U.K.E-liquid mix show, stirring anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. U.K.E-liquid mixing show, stirring anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air. The mics are hot, excitement's jumping. Everybody's waiting till the fruit starts thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. U.K.E-liquid mix show, stirring anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air. The mics are hot, excitement's jumping. Everybody's waiting till the fruit starts thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them.
Let's get ready for the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Ready? Let's go. In flavors collide. We gather round with mixtures we can't hide. YouTube's our stage where the magic unfolds. Welcome to the show where the flavors behold. Mixing and vaping are in for a ride. The clouds we create, we can't deny. From strawberry delight to a caramel dream.
I took it outside, got the batteries
close
out,
enough.
and just
I
dropped
live
it on
close
the floor.
enough.
Welcome
Benny.
to the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show.
I would have thrown it in Benny's mailbox, but yeah.
It is always that it's time to talk a little bit of mixing and things. So if you are in chat, just have a look at the top and see if you're in Twat chat. If you're in Twat chat, swap it over to live chat, any chat or whatever chat it is on your device that keeps you up with what we are doing. So who you got on tonight? We've got myself, Benny Vapes. We've got our own mixing guru, which is Graham Net Reality. We've got our own mixing detective, which is Lee and Sherlock Holmes. We've got our own mixing maestro, which is Tim, Advocate for Liberty. And we've got our own green goddess of mixing, which is Lady Liberty. Thank you, one and all. If you have got any questions, just don't forget you can put them in chat. We are open to questions. If you want to know anything, you are new to mixing, you want to know everything, just put it in there. If you are getting a bit of trouble with a recipe or you're looking for that inspiration, ask us in chat and we'll get round to it. So, thank you. And public information done. If it does go, if you suddenly see us go off, don't go. Because I'm having trouble with my internet at the moment. That it keeps cutting out. So if it does cut out, don't think that we've gone, everybody leave, and then don't know what's happening. It will reconnect. You don't have to leave the chat. It reconnects itself. You don't have to do another stream or whatever. It reconnects and we'll come back on. It's just that I'm having a little bit of trouble. I don't know why. Every so often it just cuts out and then cuts back in again. So if it does go off, don't leave. We will be back. Right.
I've been noticing a lot of packet losses. I had a look at the route, and the packet losses has gone through the roof over the last 2 weeks.
Oh, has it? I've no idea. It just seems to, and I don't know if it's because I've got it hardwired into my computer, and I did it the other day because I bought a new card, didn't I? Do you remember? Because it was really slow on my other one, so I got a new one thinking about, and it's just done it. It goes for a few weeks where it doesn't do anything. And then suddenly it'll just randomly cut out and then cut back on again. And I don't know if it's my lead that's knackered or it's the card that's playing up or it's just generally, I don't know. yeah, at least they stop running your internet off your work van. Yeah, that's what it is, mate. I'm using Wi-Fi off of it. So I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what packet loss is. So I fucking... You lost me there. So, Liam, do you want to go through chat, my friend?
Yeah, so in chat tonight we have Brian Ferguson. And yes, Stephen, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your surname because I think I've massacred it enough.
Oh, let's have a no, let's not.
John McClintock. Barry Jones. Eduardos. Jane Dodd.
Hello, Jane.
Dion78, Rocky Tooney, John Vaping Joker, and Lee D, and Frankie Jazz 24/7. I believe that is everybody this evening.
And if anybody else is coming in, we'll say hello to you as you do arrive. Don't forget, if you are going to Expo, you will see Jane. But it's Shy Tots, and she's got 3 new flavours coming out. 3 new flavours. And if you want some Shy Tots, and you don't want to, and you can't get in touch, you're not on Facebook or anywhere like that, you can go up to Vape Gems, and you can get it from there. And pick some of Shy Tots e-liquids from a Vape.
I need to get more. I need to get some popped cherry. I've been out of pop that cherry for too long.
Bloody useless. Did Anki send you the info that Alchemist covered has? Yes, Till, it's covered, mate.
Don't ask Graham. Don't ask Graham.
Do you know what I mean? We will cover that in a little bit. We will cover that. we will bring a little topic of conversation up that was done just before the show.
Oh, we won't.
see, don't ask Graham.
That's why I snickered when I read that in chat. I was like, oh, here we go.
And this is why Graham the Magnificent cast to spell a packet
Please
law
stop
someday.
calling me that. Stop calling me that. That freaks me out a little bit. Wake up with morning glory and knock on me. Tap me.
Space says, what beast have I poked? What
sorry.
beast have I poked? Right, so we'll do a little bit of a buffet. We'll start with Graham at the moment. Graham the Magnificent, would you master of everything?
Grow 21 with a barrage on top, and in that I've got some coffee, which I should let steep, but it's fantastic off the vape, and I have a feeling it's just going to get worse. It's just cappuccino, coffee.
Yeah, I told you, I have no idea why it does it. It just randomly does it. It might do it again in another 5 minutes, and then it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But I've no idea. No idea. So I don't know if it's something wrong with my computer that I need to clear a load of shit out and all that. My hard drive is going. I bought a new hard drive, so I will talk about that later on. But I think that might be the problem because my hard drives are getting full. So it might be that.
How full?
Fucking full.
It's 99.9 gigs out of a 100 gig hard drive.
yeah, he's basically like that. Yes, he's basically like that.
Oh,
So it could be
boy.
that. It could be that that's doing it.
What kind of chip do you got in there, Dorito?
So I have got a new hard drive, so that's ready to go in. So, right. So where were you, Graham?
Electric Bill Rocky.
It was Cassie.
All right.
Yeah, she was talking about her half wick that actually has more than half a wick. It's got a full
Well,
wick
now
and a
it's
half.
like fully wicked and ready to drip, but I got my Dreamer clutch.
Look at that
from my
magic. Like magic. You didn't even see it happen.
team. And I'll pass it to Tim because that was it.
Okay. Because we are doing testing, I want something mellow anyway, and this is actually working. Cassie's white chocolate creme de menthe milkshake. Is that right? It's a milkshake.
Yeah.
You just have MS. And I had that in the Cross 3 with the yeah, that's it. Cross 3 in there. And then I got the Hadley on top of the Lima, Lost Vape of the Lima, and that's what I'm doing my testing on. So you'll see me occasionally grabbing different bottles and testing through the show, maybe some re-wicking. I'm still trying to get the final notes ready so we can get this video out. So, and I will pass it to Liam because he got the beard.
So I'm on the usual Hadron 250C with the Steam Crave Aromomizer on top. And in that, I am vaping on something that isn't a custard. It's a new mix. It's banana nut bread, TFA, caramel butter, cookie butter, vanilla cream extra, and quite a bit of the bourbon aged vanilla cream from Wonder Flavors.
Nice.
That's the one that's like the liqueur in the chocolate, isn't it?
No, it's like whiskey cream.
I just imagine it being the liqueur chocolate when you
Chocolate
get
liqueurs.
those that they
Yeah.
inside of that. That's how I imagine that.
Yeah, I pulled everything. I was just going to do a caramel and banana nut bread mix and leave it at that, and throw a little bit of cream in it. And while I was rummaging through to find what creams I had, I found the bourbon aged cream. I had a sniff of it, and it's like, yeah, that's going in with it.
Mm-hmm.
You been watching Bake Off? Is that what it was?
No,
Caramel Week. Hey up, Bill. You all right, brother?
and I will pass it back over to Benny.
Thank you very much. So I'm on the Gua with the Blaze Max on top, and inside that I've got some of glazed biscuit from Seriously Doozy, or Seriously Donuts it's called, whatever it freaking is. I'm also on the it's old now anyway, it's the original Inakine Chroma R AIO kit. They got it a bit wrong, so I don't know. I think they redesigned it. Inside that, I've got my own RY4. I'm also on, which we're trying something out. I got this at the Expo, and it comes with little pods that you get, which you didn't get any pods. You just get that, and it comes to pieces. So you got a battery there, and that's rechargeable, and you change all that, and you're supposed to be able to get things in it. So I thought I'd have a look last night and see what it is. So I'm actually on some bar vape blue raz. So I took it to pieces and pulled the cotton out, because it's all it is just a bit of cotton soaked with 2 ml of juice.
Yeah.
And I've re-soaked it and working again. So it's a refillable pod.
So, could you just dip the end of it in? Because technically, if it's just a sponge,
So basically, what it is, when I've took that out, you pull that out, and you've got a little rubber at the end that's got your positive, because that's your positive and negative. So that there is your connection, and then inside that you've got the little rubber. Pull that out, and that is you coil in there with just a little bit of. See if I can.
the important question is: could Rocky be taking a bath and just take that plug out of there and just take a little scoop of the milk and honey in his bathtub and put it right in there?
Yeah.
Would that work?
God,
See if I
Okay.
can get this.
Okay. There you go, Rocky. I'm helping you out.
Just want to do that.
Saved Rocky a lot of work right there. You should get a couple of those.
So is it like a disposable vape with it mainly
So that's your
filled with
coil.
cotton?
That's your coil.
Holy,
Yeah.
wow.
Is that? And then you've got this.
It's a sponge.
A sponge.
Which is
And that goes inside of there.
because I was expecting swilly round juices, and disposables don't really have swilly round juices, don't they? It's
That's
all
it.
soaked up, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's all that's gone in it is that. Is that sponge there has now got, it's dry, it's bone dry. So that is bone dry. So all I've done is got my bottle and just re-wet that.
That's the way you turn all of your cake flavorings into a sponge cake right there.
And just put it back in again once it's full. Push that back in. So it's right down. And then put the top back on.
Oh, it had to
There you
be
go.
from Benny. How to refill your disposable?
How to
And then
be
it's full
cheap as
again.
cheap can be.
How
Well,
to
no,
be
because I just thing is, I was just going to throw that away. I didn't. Well, I wouldn't have thrown it away. I'd just end up putting it in cupboard and not using it again. And I thought, well, it's a rechargeable battery. I might as well do that.
Might as well
You can
see if
throw
I
different
can
flavors in. See if I can use it.
reuse things. Yep.
I can see a hanky happening all over again.
Yeah, no.
Well, you know,
That's
because
not
it's
bad.
the battery's sealed, isn't it? It's not. You're only making connection at bottom. And that's it. So yeah. So I
Quick
refilled that.
note on
and-
battery safety here. Check your wraps. Make sure you're putting things together correctly. Check
If
your
you're not
ohms resistances. Yeah, do all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know what happened, just have a look on the NUVS on Sunday night, and you'll see that Hanky Blue changed his hog into a bomb, basically.
Have you seen a grenade lately? Yeah. And
that
it
is
was
me.
user error. User error. Just saying.
That's how you ended up with your Kennedy and Vindicator. If somebody vented a
It is.
battery in it.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's just a little scorch mark that got cleaned off quickly and easily. It was nothing major, but yeah.
Well, I was saying before the show, this is kind of, you have to kind of really make a plan of like, what happens if a battery vents? What do I do? Try and
Throw it in
keep
Benny's mailbox as quick
because
as
the first thing
possible.
you're going to do is panic, completely panic, because you'll just go, what the fuck? Ah!
Yeah.
But if you actually kind of go over your head, right, if it battery vents, Hanky's got a fire bucket now.
I have a fire bucket right there. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. I always have a
I-
fire bucket, metal bucket, just in case.
I've been lucky enough, touch wood, to never have a battery vent on me. But as you might have heard at the start of the show, I have had a mod literally catch light.
Yeah.
So have we.
It was inside the mod, the fire.
Mhm.
So
I've had
Puma? Was
a
it the
battery
Puma, right?
leak.
Yeah.
I've had a battery leak. So obviously before it goes to firm, it'll leak. So it leaked on me. So I was quite, and I didn't know. I just took it out of the mod, and there were all shit on the top of it.
I've had them swell
Yeah.
before. That's when it gets
But
scary.
yeah, the one thing I do with the Hadron, because it's got a lipo battery in, I will check it. I will check the battery to make sure it's not turning into a spicy pillow.
Yeah.
I've had 2 lipos. One of them was not a vape, and one it was that I had to put out there. I actually literally, no joke, I have a couple big parking lots. I have a big parking lot out there with a fire bucket in the middle of it. That's where those things go. They start swelling. They have a home. They're not going to go in the dumpster and blow up the dumpster and catch it on fire.
That reminds me, we need to get a new metal bucket for over by the pellet stove because you had to take the last one out there with something in it.
Oh yeah, that is where it went. That was the bucket from. Yeah. See?
Because the battery kind of vented after you put it in the bucket, and the old one kind of blew a couple holes in it, so we had to replace it.
Space was I had an Eden's wire in my K-Fun GX, and it turned into a mag light.
Yeah, that can.
Yeah, it only takes that. It only takes a little bit of wire in there to give it a short, and it'll short it.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
so you
little
have to
nubs. Make sure you, if you can, do it down so it falls out.
Yeah,
Because they can fall in it. You don't even see them.
there's loads of stuff you've got to be careful of. You know, it's all about not getting complacent. That's all he did. I like I say, I said to him, he couldn't work out why he'd done it, and I said probably because you put the bottom on the wrong way around, and that's how easy it is. And he's done it loads of times.
Well, to be honest, that's a poor design too. That can go back.
It is a poor design. It is.
It is, yeah. Because if the battery door is only supposed to go on one way, then you should only be able to put it on one way.
One way.
Yes. But loads of people have done that with Ogs, haven't they? Because it usually burns out, though. It usually burns the connections out at the bottom. That's what normally happens. Yeah. But obviously, he's decided that, woohoo, I'm off.
Hanky decided to redesign his house.
He's
going for the scorched Halloween look.
That's what it was. That's what I think it was. Brian's just put, has anyone compiled a reference per brand as suggested percentages used by flavour? There is a flavour book out there, Brian, by the one and only Liam.
Oh, I think he means Capella user.
All right,
Yeah.
I don't think they did, but we have got a flavour book if you fancy that.
Truth is, Brian, that's not even true. There's no brand that goes 1% across.
Yeah, you can't say use all Capellas by 5%, use all TFA by 10%, because they've all got their outliers anyway, and it's never going to be quite right, even on a flavour by flavour basis.
What I would say is, if you do it, you can do it by looking on ELR, and it'll give you a suggested percentage, a medium of what people are using.
Yeah.
Won't it? Do you know what I mean? If you want to bring that up, should we show him just if he's not 100% sure? Will you do? Can you do that, Liam?
Some newer flavors, not as great because sometimes they've been tested at higher percentages and people put them in there, so the flavor percentages might be off for a while. So maybe
just bring
let
up,
it
show
have
what
some
we're
time.
bring up, show him
Yeah,
what we're meaning.
I'll do a share screen on that now, but I think the screen sharing as well, by the way, is still echoey. Not sure whether it's echoey out on YouTube land or whether it's
we just won't talk. Great Flan saying my Anakin Cool 4 went up like a Roman candle on the coffee table. It had been dropped so many times it committed suicide right in front of us. And that's the thing that can happen when you drop them. That's
Let me ask you a question though. Did it make a cool fire at the end? Just curious.
Well, I suppose
did it live up to its name? Did it live up to its name?
I suppose by drop
tumbleweeds, Benny.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
I suppose. I suppose by dropping them, you're actually you're causing damage to the batteries that are inside them, as well as potential damage to the safety chip that they got in them as well.
Yeah.
I've got ELR up. Do a share screen on that quick.
It'd have been worse if it had been the Cool Fire 2, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's the grenade one.
Right, so on ELR, there's the main recipe page. So you click resources and then flavor list, and then just type in whatever flavor. So for example, because I've been using it tonight, banana nut bread. Yeah, that's the French nighttime version.
You
banana
knew
nut
it.
bread.
Knew it, bread.
New bread.
So then click on recipes. So it actually filters out all the ones that are on there that shouldn't necessarily be on there, or all of the ones that aren't used that often. Because you'll always tell something like TFA banana nut bread will always be using the most amount of recipes compared to the other nut bread flavors. So then banana nut bread, and towards the middle of the page, then you'll get your percentages in recipes and your single flavor recommendations. So this is people using it at single flavor. This is people using it in your recipes. Now, what I normally do, if it's a completely new flavor and I'm going off ELR, I'll look at the medium percentage and then I'll shave a little bit off that. So if I was using this for the first time, I look at that and go, right, it's medium of 5%. So I'll put it in my recipe at 4.5% to see where it sits, and then adjust it in the next iterations. Just so happens I've actually got it 6% in the one that I'm vaping tonight. So it's a smack bang in the middle, pretty much between the medium and the medium single flavors.
Yep.
Yeah, so the 7.5% is actually fairly low for the TFA banana nut bread. I pushed it up to 10, 11%, but it does give you a really
Someone's
good
put
idea
it up to 25%.
Yeah, I think these maximum use. I think when you look at these maximum use quantities, I think this is people using them in their stones, and then making a concentrate out of that to then dilute.
Yeah, so that'll give you a sort of starting point where you can see what people are using it at. You know, like I say, some of the newer flavours are not like that because they're new. So they don't get used, so they aren't being used that much. But if you've got an older flavour that's been used quite a lot, it's quite a good resource to actually think to yourself, have I pushed this up far enough? Have I not pushed? Have I pushed it too far? Do you know? And you can think, well, everybody seems to be using it around about 5% in the mixes. Have I put it at 10%, and why is it tasting like shit?
Yeah, you know, why does it taste blown out? Well,
because you've just used it too high.
When I first started mixing, I wish that this existed because I bought some Decadent Vapor concentrates, and I was going off their recommended percentage.
Oh yeah.
Now their recommended percentage is stupid high. I think the one I was using was like 15. I think it was a raspberry driffle, and that was at 15%. So I put it in to test it at 15%, and it was absolutely awful. And I know now it was because it was far.
Yeah, you pushed it. Yeah. But everybody's done it. Everybody's done it.
With testing flavor houses, I've not come across one single flavor house that has anything close to a magic number for a range, for the whole range. No, there's always exceptions. There's always something that's it tastes blown out if you go past this, or it gets a weird off taste, and then there's others that you got to push them a little bit sometimes.
And again, where taste is subjective. You might watch, say, for example, one of the older noted episodes, and they say recommended percentage of 3%. You put it in 3%, you can't taste it. Or you really don't like that taste at 3%. It could just be your taste buds.
Yeah, everybody's different.
It's a good starting point. It is a very good starting point, though.
You know, because people have used it. If you want to be spot on and know how things work, then you do it singly, and you work through your flavors and you learn your flavors. But people have done the work. People have done the work. Do you know what I mean? So it does give you a sort of. It's never, like everybody said, it's never going to be yes, this is what it's always got to be used at. It is. It's your taste buds. It's what you're using. You know. And that's how it goes, you know. But it gives you a bit of a reference, and this is what all the shows are. Watching all shows, you know, that you can, and getting more information. It gives you sort of a little bit of an insight of what can be done. Is that the Wii?
The Rocky mod.
Wii.
No, that's a Tesla. So the Rocky mod.
Tesla Wii.
Yeah, it is a Wii. Yeah, I have a green and black one. I had like that with the green with black with green splatter one. I had an all black one. Yep, I traded someone for, but then Rocky sent me this last Halloween. It's almost time to get out the orange mod.
It is not far away. Not far away. Brian says one issue I've had with ELR is I can't save a recipe using pre-mixed nick base.
Yeah, I don't believe they've actually got an option for the pre-mixed on there.
It does say
I'll have a quick
pre-mix.
look
It
now.
asks you. It does ask you pre-mixed on it.
Hang on.
I thought it did.
I'm going to
Yeah,
have a
I
look at my
do too.
preferences now.
Cheryl has a Tesla Punk 80.
Yeah, use ready to vape ready nicotine base.
Yeah, it has an
There's a
option.
little tick box, is it?
It's right,
Yeah.
right at the bottom. Right at the bottom of the whole thing where it under suggested steep time. Use
Because
vape ready nicotine base.
I went through about 6 months of just, I'll put the nicotine in me 70-30 mix that I use all the time.
I've never got how that works, to be honest with you, when you get pre-mix.
Well, I wasn't particularly being accurate with
No.
PG. Yeah, I changed it back because my results weren't consistent enough.
No, I understand that, but when you get a pre-mixed nick base, would it not... So if you bought a litre of it, of a pre-base, like a 70-30, how do you know that you've got that nicotine? I don't really... do you know what I mean? Because I know how much nicotine I'm putting in, and when I shake it in my bottle, but when you put
It will
nick base
be
in,
whatever it is. Say you
will
got
it-
a 70-30.
will it still be
3
mixed?
milligrams.
Do you know what I mean? You'd have to shake it
It'll
every
be
time
less.
you put it in, wouldn't it?
You'd have to shake it every time. And when you put it in your mix, you're never going to get true 30%. It'll be less than 3. And I think that some companies do this when they make their liquids. Because you ever notice how if you ever get it from a shop, I don't know, you guys might not have that issue because you have short fills. But over here, we'll get it from a shop. And sometimes it seems a little weak compared to a regular 3 milligram. And I think that's what they do is they pre-mix it and then just dump it in with the flavoring. And that's great for a quick, but you don't really get a true 3 milligram or 6 milligram. It's a little under.
I've never got that.
under.
Would you know exactly that you are getting a 3 milligrams? You know what I mean? I've never got 100% VG and 100% PG ones. And then when you get a 70-30 one and put it in, I can understand that little 10 mil because there's not that much in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
You've got to remember as well that in manufacturing, all the machines have got a tolerance.
Yeah.
So that tolerance may allow 0.5 of a difference.
Over or under.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, so you will end up with some that might be a little bit weaker than others.
You might get a hot bottle or a weak bottle every once in a while, but they should be
Yeah.
fairly close. But once you mix your flavorings in, you are weakening that. So expect it to be a little bit less than what you used to if you're used to mixing, all this separately.
I've got a bottle filling machine upstairs. I spent 250 quid on it and then realised that I couldn't put a 70-30 juice through it because it was too thick. I was just like, oh, crap.
Oh, it's made for like regular free-flowing liquids.
Yeah, it wasn't meant for vape liquids.
the viscosity was too thick.
Viscosity, yeah. But
Bummer.
I thought it would be great for the concentrates. I'll switch over from what I was doing. I'll just fill it up and just can do accurate concentrates. But that's just a matter of just pouring it in. It's pointless having a machine do it.
Yeah.
Because it's setting it up and it's putting the bottle under, then doing that, then moving the side, then doing that. When I can just go, doot, doot, doot.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
I gotta know, when you do it, do you actually do the doot sound every time you do
Yeah.
it? Because that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pretend it's a
Yeah,
machine.
of course he does.
just making sure.
And when it comes to end of line,
Like
it
a cash
goes, "Ding, ding," it means he's finished.
And when I finish, doot, 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 doot.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Graham doing a self-checkout machine and it makes a weird beep and he has to just go beep.
And then I have to put the bottles on the bottle labeling machine.
Because the damn thing isn't beeping right, he has to make the right beep sound.
Which takes about 30 goes to get the bottle label straight. So you've wasted, it can only hold 2 labels at a time. So it can only do about 180 before you have to change the labels again and then realign the damn thing all over again. So I've just put them on my hand. It was easier. So if
Is that why
anybody
somewhere
wants
is that why somewhere upside down?
So everybody wants a mechanical bottle labeler and a useless
A
bottle
useless
filler.
bottle filler. Yeah.
So apparently Rocky's saying no because he says it has the option, but somehow it doesn't work. And Rocky's just put in, no, Brian, that feature never works. You can just click Max VG to save. He switched to Delosi 50-50 premix and bumped it up with a few drops of Nick Shot.
Well, premix is only just like what we get the nicotine in. That's just mixed.
Yeah.
That's a premix. That's got PG in. Well, this one's got VG in.
Yeah, but
That's
it's premixed with VG. It's not a 70-30, is it?
yeah, but premix 70-30, you can tell it. You can tell ALR that.
Yeah, I just think that if you're doing a litre bottle like a 120 ml, and you're saying I never get how it works out that it's 70-30 and you're getting it's 3 milligram right through, because when you're putting it, I don't. It blows my mind. It blows my mind as that.
Because it is 3 milligram before you put the flavorings in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
once you put it in, it's less than a 3 milligram.
Yeah, it just blows my mind. I just don't get it. So I just get.
Well, if
VG
it's like a 5% mix, it's negligible. But if you're doing like a 20%, 15-20% mix, it's a significant amount lower. So if you have 15-20% of flavor,
it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. So apparently, no, it doesn't work. So you just save it as a VG or PG and just manually put it in. I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure if he actually is saying it doesn't work or just because he likes his max PG.
No, Rocky's saying it don't work.
Yeah, but the way he said it, he likes max VG.
Ah, right.
The feature never worked. But I could fix it for you.
It'd never work again.
And I just typed it into AI. Fix this code for me. So fix this.
Rocky's saying screenshot the recipe is what I used to do. Just write it down in your book. Always have a book.
No, it works. It works. It works just fine.
And it saves.
Zippy had those.
Oh, look. Here you go. I'll show.
Didn't Zippy have it? She's got like
See? I clicked on it right there, ready to use. I put in 70, so it's 70. Okay, you want your nicotine strength of 3, right?
No, yeah, but it says, so you wouldn't have to put that in, would you? I don't know. Maybe that's why he's doing it.
100 nicotine, 3 milligram base, 10 milligram, 100%. It goes right in. And then you just add your flavorings. You'd add your flavorings to it, whatever.
I'd like 5 flavorings to that and see if it sort of makes.
Don't just
if I spell it right.
You need to spell banana.
Yeah, I know.
Banana.
No, they had it.
Banana bread. There we go. Look at that.
5%.
5%. By the way, I was going to show this too. The median's right there, 5%. It'll tell you your median right there when you type it in. You don't even have to go and check it out on the list.
No, it's not the average, not the median.
Average use, and most of the time it's used in mixes. Your median's going to be more accurate to mixes than it is for single flavor. So if you're doing single flavor, yes, check the other. But otherwise, your median here should be pretty close. Like Liam said, go a little low.
Add
what
5
flavor?
flavors.
What do you want banana nut bread?
Just random flavors. Because sometimes when you put them in, it does come up that you can't mix this because it's too.
Not nut bread.
There, something is wrong with the PG number. You see.
Why is there something wrong with the PG number? Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You know what's wrong with it? It'll still work, but here's the problem. It's what exactly we're talking about. This is what it'll tell you how you put in the right amount, but your percentage is not going to be a true 3 milligram anymore in the final product because it's not. It is not physically possible to do so. It's once you put in a flavoring, it's not possible to get that true 3 milligrams. So it's just telling you it's not going to be accurate.
Well, it says in minus 100 and thing. It's done it before. I've done that before when I've put it in and said that I want it as a 70-30, and I've put like 5% in, 4% in, 3%, and it comes up this cat. It says something went wrong with the ratio, and you have to adjust it down to make it fit. I've
the top number you can put it in, and you can put that top number in, and it'll work. But it's not going to be a true 3 milligram because once you put the flavorings in, it's less than 3 milligrams.
Yeah, it does it. It does it when you want to do a 70-30 yourself. Just try it, won't it? I can't do it while I'm doing it, but if you do that and add a load of percentage to it, it'll tell you can't. Something went wrong. And it won't let you. It won't let you do what you want it to. You won't let you put that in because it'll say that you'll need minus 25 on PG. You have to adjust it. I've done that myself.
Yeah, because if it doesn't function, like it's not, math doesn't add up, it'll let you know.
But then you can't
So
put
it's not
what
so
you
much.
want.
It's save the changes. Yeah, it won't let you save it, Rocky. You'd have to do it from there. I don't think you can save it unless the percentages work out. That's the problem. It will let you mix it, but it's not going to be correct percentages.
So you end up with
because it knows that you're not at 3 milligram anymore. Once you put 5% in, you're at 2.95 or something.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. I've done it before when I've used a pre. So if I use a PG version of nicotine and I put it in, and it's 72 milligram, and I want it at 3%, and I want it at 70-30, and I've gone right. I want that at 4, want that at 3, want that at 2, want that at 4 again. It'll turn around and say, you can't do that. You can't have a 70-30. You're not going to get a 70-30, and it'll come up something went wrong.
Oh yeah, once you have too many, you have too much
adjust
PG.
your ratio to,
like say you're going for a 70-30, but you have 32% PG in your flavorings or something like that. You can't do it. It's not physically possible, so it won't let you save it.
Yeah, it says you got 100% VG flavors RPG. It can't work. Exactly, that's what it's telling you. It can't work. You can't get a 70-30. It just won't let you do it. It won't physically let you. You have to drop that. You have to raise that PG up, and you're going more like a 60-40 rather than a 70-30.
It is explaining to you that if you add actual extra. Well, no, even then, there's just no way to bump that nicotine back up to 3%. It's not physically possible. You can't add things to something, expect it to stay the same.
Yeah, well, like I say, it does it when you do 72 milligram. It does it as well. If you put 72 milligram of PG nicotine in it.
Let's say this in a way that Benny will fully understand. Maybe you guys will. Okay, if you take a bottle of vodka, right, it's completely full, and you got to know exactly how much alcohol is in that bottle, right? As soon as you try to add water to that bottle, it will no longer fit in the bottle, or it'll leak in it. And if it weakens it, the alcohol is less.
And the side effect of adding water to the bottle is your dad comes screaming upstairs, going, "What the fuck have you done? Stop nicking the vodka. Just nick the vodka. Don't put water in it. After you've nicked it, just nick it."
So Benny, when he was a kid, used to get in the cabinet and water down the vodka to the point where his parents one day got a hold of some of the vodka, went to pour it in a glass, and it tasted like piss water. And he's like, "Benny, side effect."
But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If you do, it does exactly the same as if you do it with PG. Nicotine at 72 and you want it at 73, you've got to lower the VG
like
down
Rocky
to make
said,
it work.
The max VG thing, you could use it as that, and it's just your base. Yeah, because it's not going to change. If you use the max VG, you could just place it in place, put exactly the same amount. I think that's what Rocky's saying. Use the milligrams off that. That would actually pretty much give you the exact same mix, except for it'll work and save it. It's just a lie at the same time. It's a lie.
John, Graham's not going to help you with that.
I'm not going to help you with that one.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing, John. You haven't got a 70-30 mix with that because you wanted 70-30 and you used the 70-30 base. You've actually dropped that down to 60-40, 50-50. Yeah, you've actually changed it to 50-50.
He got it direct from Nick a couple of months ago, Graham. So there you go. You're all right. I'll help you with that.
I'll help you with that one.
So your finished product with that, John, is going to end up with a 6 milligram Nick. Right. So there's 100% PG Nick. Right. Yes. Okay. No, it's different. So if it's 100% PG Nick, then you're not using. Unless you had the pre-mix 70-30, yes, same thing. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that's what he's done. So he's done the same as what I. So you put 20% in, and then you want it at 70-30. You've already put 20% of PG in it, and then you're saying that you put in 72 milligram PG mix in it to 6 milligram, which is probably what's that going to work out at, like another 5% on 72, something like that. Is it? Is it 2.74? Yeah, it's about. It's about 6%, say, give or take. So you've now put 26% of PG in it, And what he's saying is, we've nowhere to go on this. It's a little bit too, you know what I mean? You're not going to get a 70-30. You'd probably have to drop it down to a 65-35, and then it'll let you do it.
Well, no, it's going to be a straight 50-50, that is.
Do you reckon? Do you want to try it?
It'll be a 50-50. If you use the 70-30, so if you
20.
use the 70-30 base plus 20% con, plus the nicotine, it's going to be closer to 50-50.
Yeah, 60. Try it.
Provided that's 100%. Provided it's 100% PG.
Yes, it will, but yeah, it's
concentrate.
PG. Yeah.
If it's 100% PG, because it could be some VG in that as well sometimes.
No, it's a concentrate. It's
Not
PG
often.
concentrate. It's neon sauce.
Yeah.
It's
It's going to be PG.
Yeah, if it's the what's it, posh one? If it's the posh one, just go to McBeaver's and get
We
posh
can't.
they do. Get the original.
You can't get shock anymore, can you? You can't do the original anymore. Well, Mick,
He's got
Mick
plenty
can.
of them.
Mick can if you want some concentrate off of him, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he cleared him out of shock. I think he bought about 200 mils of the stuff. He's still using it.
It was fast. He cleared that out. Yeah.
So yeah, it is the same. That's what I found when you do that. It doesn't let you. It won't let you do it. You have to think to yourself.
Because you're getting close to the result you want, but you're not getting there. Depending on how much. But if you're using like 20% concentrate, you're not getting close. That's actually a significant.
Well, I usually I'll drop my concentrate down a little bit.
Yeah, but like in that exact mix,
I've got
okay,
120 concentrate of each flavour.
Say that 70-30 is a premix of 6 milligram. You're adding 20% concentrate. You're diluting that nicotine by 20%. It's 20% less than 6 milligram.
Yeah, I usually end up adjusting my concentrate to make it fit.
No, he's using 72 milligram nicotine. Just suspended.
I know. I was
PG.
just explaining from our previous question.
Right.
As an example, if it was a 70-30 6 milligram, with a 20% concentrate, you're taking 20% of that nicotine less in your mix, which means over 1 milligram. So you're vaping less than 5 milligrams.
Yeah, that's
result.
why a lot of us don't use pre-made base, because it affects the overall percentages at the end. Yeah. So if you're used to vaping 70-30, you're never going to get 70-30 if you're using a 70-30 base as well.
So, but yeah, that's
for myself. I don't particularly care.
yeah. Just do it. Just do it. It'll be fine. Just
in an RDA, I mean, other than it being harsh or less harsh.
But the problem when you do shit like that, you end up with chocolate cake at 12 milligrams when it was only supposed to be 4.
Yeah.
Job, Graham.
I was like that going, that will do. Oh shit.
Graham the Magnificent.
I'll put it in a pod.
We'll just do it for morning vape.
Well, that's what it was meant for, but I've changed it.
And it's saying add VG.
Put some hairs on your chest, Graham. Vapor at 100 watts in an RDTA.
Yeah.
That's another thing. If you're using 100% PG Nick, that makes it harder for it too, because you're even watering it down even more if you're using a premix 70-30, but it's not nicked. Then you add 6% nicotine. You're already down 6%, so you're really only at 64% right off the get-go with your mix before you even add your flavorings. You're at 64-36.
I phased out with all these numbers.
Yeah, I think everybody else has put that off.
It's math. It's fun. Let's keep going.
Like, no, I'm off now. You've blinded me with science. It's easy as this.
Numbers are fun.
That's what the calculator's there for.
Basically, yeah, that's what he would invent it for. Is to help you out there. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it even flashes at you and says it doesn't work because this math is not math. Yes.
Rocky.
Yeah, Confucius says, "Dear math, I'm not a therapist. Solve your own problem." Yeah, that's why all these calculators sprung up, just to help you out. So you don't have to do all the calculations. You don't have to work it out. You know what I mean? It's not too bad because, like I say, it's not too bad with yourselves because you get 100%, can't you? Do you know what I mean?
That
So
explains a lot, though.
Yeah, in
Rocky Sim
America,
explains a lot.
you get pre-nick. You don't get pre-nick over here.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think they do sometimes do that, and you don't get a true 3 or 6. You get a little less. I think they quite often do that because then they can just throw a batch together real quick.
Yeah.
But that thing that Rocky just said makes sense. I love math. I was a therapist, so I can solve my own problems. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
See,
Don't buy
just
premix
love
simple.
Very simple.
This whole mixing thing, I just make it really simple. I say, Tim, I'm out of base. I make him mix me base.
See, she
and
uses
just
that
make a
premix
recipe.
everybody's saying not to use, but she lies on the thing and just fills it in like it's normal.
Yeah.
So hers are a little bit weaker, but we only vape 1.5 milligram anyway. So what is?
Is that all you
And I
vape?
don't
Is
use
that all you're
RDAs, so
on?
it's not like-
You're on 1.5?
I use
Yeah,
3
Alex is
milligram in a
on
pod.
1.5
3
as
milligram in a
well.
pod. 3 milligram in my pod. Yeah.
Wayne's
So-
on 1, isn't he?
Do you find you vape more?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but-
do if I
go
go
ahead.
to 0. If I go to 0, yes. Believe it or not, the 1.5 keeps me from doing it. But when I went to 0 for a while, we were on zeros for the longest time. I used to vape like a chain vapor. Just couldn't stop.
I know when I went from 3 milligram to 1.5 milligram, I vaped a lot more to start off with, but then it did start coming back down to normal levels.
Yep.
I only went back up because of COVID.
Yeah, I just wondered if because I'm only on 3. I do a 12 on a mouth to lung, and I'll do a 10 or a 20 sometimes on a pod. You know, if I get, if it's like a
See, that's quite a
Nick
jump.
salt.
Most
Do you know what I
most
mean?
people that are on a 3 only go like 6 on a pod. 3 to 12, that's a big jump.
Well, on this, on a mouth to lung, I quite like a tobacco at 12. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I
you
don't
like
know
the
why.
throw hit.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just like that 12. I think that's
On
I
the
know
very
why,
rare
because you used to
occasion,
smoke cigarettes.
cigars. I was a cigar smoker, so
Oh, same.
on the
I do.
on the very rare occasions I use most of them, I still use the same 3 milligram juice.
right. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
like
I
it.
use my 1.5 in my pods. But I also don't vape for the nicotine. I use the nicotine because it helps with my headaches, because I get really bad headaches and migraines, especially when there's a lot of pressure changes with the weather. I really vape to help my diabetes. Instead of going and eating a piece of cake, I just make a cheesecake mix. I vape my face off.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Benny, for how to make a sponge cake out of any cake. Got it. Just take a bite of that disposable pod thingy and take it out, put it in there,
Take out,
put everything in
Oh,
sponge. It's a sponge cake.
What the
Thank
fuck?
you, Benny. A new way to make sponge cake for everybody watching that. You guys didn't catch that. That's how you make sponge cake out of any cake.
Basically says we need heated drip tips like doorknob in Home Alone to prevent us from vaping too often.
I actually have a perfect one for you. The nitrous. You chain vape that, you are going to burn your mouth like so bad because that gets hot as.
Especially
That
if
was
you
like-
use the original 510 wide bore, because that thing there burns your lips bad. The other one with little curves helps.
Yeah,
It's just-
that's a bad one to chain vape. No, Rocky, that does not fix everything.
I know what. Now I know what Edgy just said. Edgy said, "Hello, sorry I'm late. I had a massive loss of crisp packets," and then he put extreme packet loss. Crisp packets. Went over his head there, mate. And John McClintock does that as well to stop himself. from
Hey,
eating.
spray some Windex on it, rub a little hummus in it, you're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my pod right there. My insulin.
So John's on 3 to 6 milligram on RDA, mouth to lung 12 milligram pod, and pods 20 milligram salts. Brian is, I usually do 4% in the burrow device and around 7% in the pod, mouth to lung around 9. I did once do it a little bit high in my mouth to lung. I put it as, it was supposed to be a 12, and I think I put it more of an 18. I was seeing fucking white elephants. Ooh, didn't
I'm
have...
still surprised
Well,
you can do a 12 when you do a 3, because usually you do 3 to 9 at most of a jump. Jump 12. Once you get to 12, that's a jump.
When I first started vaping, I had the 18 milligram mouse to lung wasn't doing it for me. So then I discovered direct to lung. So I was direct to lung in 18 milligram.
Ooh.
And then after about a week or so, it started making me a little bit spinny headed. So I dropped it down to
Wow.
12.
So
I
we
dropped
upped
it
it
down to
up a
12
little
milligram.
bit.
I wonder why. You probably were growing crystals at some point in time in your.
Well, do you know
mouth.
when I first started, I was on iBreathe. I don't know if you remember that iBreathe. You probably won't know it, but it's a big thing over here. It were like a vampire vape sort of thing within all the convenience stores, and it didn't tell you what nicotine it was. It was low, medium, or high.
Low, medium, or high?
Low, medium, or high. That's what it was. It didn't tell you. It just said low, medium, or high. And I won when I first started the store. What you said? Yeah. All right. So I got a high. Fuck me. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
3, 9, 24.
I reckon it was probably 12, 18, and 24.
I think
Because
that's what it
mouse
was.
to lung, wasn't
yes,
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was
mouth line
12. I think it
yep.
was. I think it was a 24, and that just blew my fucking head off. Did that? And I just got medium after that. Just got a medium.
Oh, Brian, that doesn't make sense. We actually, in the wintertime, I do like a 50-50. Like, I can't use anything else if I'm outside, even with it in my pocket, if I'm out using the tractor in the wintertime, removing snow, because it will literally gel up in there instantly as soon as it hits the air.
So are Tim and I like the only weird ones that started at a 0 and then went up in nicotine? Right?
Yes, slightly.
Well, I quit smoking 10 years ago this past September, and we've only been vaping for 7 years? 6, 7 years?
7 or 8. At this point.
7 tops. But so I didn't quit smoking vaping. We started vaping like CBD to help with joint pain because a customer suggested it. And then we're like, well, we really like the flavor, but we don't want CBD all the time. So we tried some zeros, and then we went to the shop and they had us try a 3 because that's all they had. And
We had instantly figured
oh, my
out that it helped.
headache is better.
We also figured out it instantly helped a lot with food cravings. Right off the bat, we had less food cravings for sweets, and with her diabetes in full bloom, I didn't have it at that point at all. Her diabetes had just started, and we figured out this is a good way to keep her from craving sweets. Is how it started. And then, yeah, the headache thing was real. And I used to get migraines all the time whenever we had pressure changes, and don't get them anymore.
Special juice 90 VG, 10% PG for a while, but you have to increase the aroma so much to adjust for the flavour loss. It was annoying. Too annoying.
Yeah, I do max PG every now and again, mainly when I forget to order my PG and I run out. So I do max PG every now and again, and yeah, you do notice a massive loss of flavour.
That's why I started going 70-30. Because flavors.
I do 70-30. That's my go-to is 70-30. I don't go much higher than that. I find it annoying trying to push it out of a bottle. You know, when you've got one of these, because sometimes I'll reuse bottles in that. And when you're trying to put an 80 VG or a 90 VG through that, it fucking hell, man.
You end up popping the lid off and having it all over your lap.
Yeah. Pop go the magic splooge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great. It was all right when it were dropper bottles, because you could do that. Because you just took it and went...
Yeah.
You guys don't get quite as cold a winter as we do, but even in your winter, I'm sure that's even worse when it's cold out, if you have it outside.
When I'm out fishing in the winter, it's not massive minus figures, because once it gets to like -4, the lake is frozen anyway, so I'm not fishing it. But like -1, -2, I've normally got my juice bottle stuck in an inside coat pocket just to keep it warm enough. Because it does go really thick.
Yeah, well, I have it. Obviously, I go into places, I leave my vaping fan, come back out again, and you'll go like that. And I have to fire it a few times before before it melts in there, because it's gone rock solid. It's got a bit thick, so you got to keep firing.
It's like, that's like sludge.
Yeah, until it warms up a little bit, and then it's working now.
Take a caliburn out, working in a tractor in the wintertime, 2 puffs in, and I come back in and go, I burnt my pod.
Yeah.
Brand new pod, just filled up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I said
you
when I
take
first
your
started.
caliburn out on the tractor anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's pretending it's an old-fashioned one where he's blowing clouds out, so it looks like he's all, like a steam one.
Look, yeah, it's funny how the clouds come out even when you're not vaping.
Yeah.
Wow.
He says, Brian said when I first started, it was a small bottle of 24, then down to 18, then 12. Basically, I had a 10-litre VG canister once, and I went from, I want my life back pouring it for hours. Yeah, decant it's easiest thing. That's another thing. If you do, because it's cheaper to buy in bulk. If you do buy VG and PG, it's cheaper to get a litre or 2 litres of things if you are going to get it than buying like a litre or 500 ml. So it is cheaper buying it in bulk. So all I do is just decant it into I've got
All the stuff's in here.
I've got these that I've had for U.K. flavour.
Well, he said I was going to hold
That's
up
how-
examples, but they're in the
Do you
other
know what I
room,
mean?
not in here.
Yeah.
And I just decant my VG into the same bottle all the time.
Yeah, I've still got old Chef's Flavors bottles that I decant all my PG and VG into.
I use
try
ketchup
getting
bottles
that.
with
Yeah, that's what I used for my individuals. Yep.
I have a Nick River bottle that Tim's makes my basin.
Yeah, that's it. You just use it. Just because it makes it
Now,
easier to pour things in.
All right. The trick to the honey, getting the consistency of honey, is you got to take your bath in your milk and honey first to warm it up, and then it pours easier. Rocky tip.
I remember when I first started putting it in microwave to try and for like a second to try and warm it up. Do you know to make
I never even contemplated that, Penny.
Do you know for a microwave?
Nope.
Because they always told you to keep your nicotine in the fridge. So I keep it in the fridge, and then I'd get it out, go to use it, and I went on VG. That's why I stopped using VG nicotine and got a PG. Because I'd either have to do a warm bath, boil a pan of water on stove, or get a kettle and pour it in that and leave it in there for it to warm back up again so I could move it out. Or I'd bang it in microwave for like 3 seconds to try and warm it up.
I when I first bought VG Nick, because I keep all my nicotine in the freezer apart from the small bottle that I decant into and keep in the fridge. So I bought VG Nick and put that in the freezer like I normally do. It's like as it comes to mixing this, right, let's pour this
Yeah,
okay, it will come out. I had to leave it on the side for like an hour and a half for it to warm up enough to pour. I'm not buying that again.
Yeah. To be fair, I just leave it in there now. Put it in the fridge because it's just in the studio bit. It's out where it's sunlight. It's not that warm in here, so just leave it there. You can't see it. It's not near a light source, so it just sits there. And that's it. So, but yeah, I did the same thing. You take it out of the fridge, it's like fucking hell, man. It's like sludge. Especially when we're using pipettes. Try and get fridge up.
syringes. I gave up with the syringes. That's why I just put it now, and it's totally.
Yeah, I had a syringe that I used to put in and syringe my nicotine out, and that was impossible to do with VG even when it was warm.
Yes.
Yeah, I ended up getting the mixing tubes that you can get.
Yeah.
To buy a mixing tube and mix things up in a mixing tube because it was easier to pour it in mixing tube when we were doing it's 20 mil, 10 mil, and poured it in that way. That's what I did.
Chemistry set.
Honestly, I tried. I had the big ones for me, the fat ones for me VG. So you had the big fat ones, and then the little ones for me nicotine, and then you just wipe it off when you're finished, so you didn't get any drops on your hand. Wear your gloves. Felt that just fucking stick it in bottle and pour it in. It's amazing when you first started, though. That if you are new to it, do wear gloves and things like that when you're first starting, because you don't want, especially if you're new to using high nicotine concentrate like 72, 100, because if you get it on your hands, you do start and go wash it off straight away. Don't be tempted to lick your finger.
No, don't lick your finger. No.
Yeah,
Oh my God. You will get so sick.
It's bad enough if you spill some of this on your finger. If you spill some of this on your finger when you're putting it in, and then forget and rub your eye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so do be
So-
careful. We are hunting because obviously as you get used to it, you do find that you can, especially when you've got one of them sauce bottles, you can sort of pour it in a little bit.
Well, I
And
always have,
because we have certain people here that may or may not have tried
I
to blow
always have
the
the
pump
little
recently.
emergency bottle of. Whoop. If it focus,
All right, yeah.
I always have a small bottle of that sitting around. So if I get nicotine on, I immediately spray my hands.
Yeah.
Now, because we have people who may or
And
may
now
not have
just
tried to
wait
blow
a month.
themselves up recently, I do want to put out a disclaimer. If you're a new mixer, even a veteran, maybe not mix naked. Just because I have a feeling that same person might actually do it. Just thinking.
Yeah, just be careful when you are. Just like I say, wear gloves, and just be careful.
Well, just do what I used to do. I used to get nick shots. Just pour the nick shots in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good way to start off. That's a good way to start off.
Start off. You make everything. That's the reason why a lot of my mixes I have 60 mils. So I just fill it up to 50 and then just put a nick shot in at the top.
Yeah,
They
like I say, you
actually
can do that.
sell a little tool that helps you take the
Yes.
the nozzle off your
Yes.
bottles, Brian.
Brian, if you are struggling and you have seen these, they're not that expensive.
Right
You
here.
can get them.
Yeah, the original
And this
ones
one
were
came-
Alpha
this one's-
5s.
The Alpha 3 was the original one
Three,
that
wasn't
came out.
Yeah, this is the one
Yes.
from Bull City. But yeah.
Yeah. So you
Or
can
if,
get them.
You live with somebody that bought a bunch of those and was supposed to send one into your office with you, and they didn't. I keep a pair of pliers,
Yes.
like right here, and these
Oh,
work
those-
great for just like popping that
Um,
thing right off.
I only have one of these. I've never bought a bunch. I've never bought a second
You
one.
have at least 3 of those because you've been given one, you bought one, and then I asked you for one, you bought me one. And you
Cheryl says, "Oh man, I have to put
Who
clothes
Who
on."
gave me one? Who gave me one?
Yes, so you can get
I
them.
don't remember. Give me something.
You can
And
get
they-
them.
look,
So that
Yeah, and they
bit's
come
for
on a
your-
nice chain. So you can
Yeah.
actually attach it to something so you've
Yeah.
always got it in place.
So
You
that
can,
big
and if you
bit
feel
is
you're
for
vaping
your
all the
bottle.
time, just wear it as a necklace,
Yeah, so that big bit is for your big bottles. That little bit is for your 10 ml nick shots. Never fucking works. but
Oh,
it's
it does
just-
if you
Uh,
does.
It works on your
If you
the
look
nipple.
ar-
You use the
if
nipple
you
and
look
pop.
around
This one does.
the top of the thing. There's an actual
Notch.
indent, which is there. You can't see it on there, but there's an actual indent, so it's smooth all the way around, and there's a little indent for your
made
bottle.
Yeah, it's
with
made to
with
pop
some
it.
of them, you can actually use the lid from the bottle to pop it because
Do you
of
know,
that
I've never
indent.
noticed that, Graham. There's a little indent on that one.
There's a little
Yeah, you
indent,
can-
and what you do is you put it underneath, and you just go clip.
Yeah, you can actually use the bottle lid to open some of those as well
Yes.
Sure.
with the indent. You just hook it in the indent and just pop it.
Unless
So,
your
yeah.
hands don't work like mine, then you use a plier.
But yeah, they're not expensive. Couple of quid you can buy them for. I got this one free for me. I've got an Alpha 3 that I did bought. But Alpha 3 is about a £5, the original one.
It's one of the best things I've ever bought.
That one that you've got
Yeah.
is from the what is it in it? That's the Vaping Bogans one in it.
That's the skull one.
Yeah, the skull one that Liam's got. That's from Blotter
Yeah,
in it.
No, this one isn't. No, this one. I don't know what happened. I did have one. I think they were in with one of Bogan's
The blotto.
RDAs. Yeah,
Yeah, the Blotter.
I don't know what. I think I tried to use that once and bent it
All right.
or broke it. But no, this is. I picked this up when I was working in Chefs. Just really handy.
Moms have them? I know Bull City
You
does.
don't lose it. I can't find it.
Mine's always on table. So yeah, Brian, pick one of them up, mate. It makes it really easy to open it up. Like I say, you just, especially if you're reusing these ones, all you do is stick it on, put it on there, and then it comes straight off.
Drop it on the ground.
See, indent.
Yeah.
I didn't even look for indent. I just put it on. It's a little bit awkward on the flat top ones. They're the awkward ones. You know, the ones that the older ones that used to do.
And it does the same with the 10 mils as well. Just get the thicker end, slide it down, push it right on, and then pull it off.
You did that off screen, you cheat.
Shouldn't do that, Brian.
There you are. So I'm not cheating,
Yeah.
Graham.
Ooh.
He said, I actually shot a nozzle off the bottle yesterday at terminal velocity. It ended
I
up in the
got
kitchen
them. I
under the
got
fridge.
them for the 10 mils because I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
going.
right. Yeah, I do the same. I do the same. Just
I
get someone to pull it off.
just put it on the thicker end and slide it right down to the thinner end, and then just.
I just
pop
find that some bottles, some of the 10 ml bottles, are not all the same nozzle, so it doesn't
Yeah.
always. When you slide it down, it doesn't always catch it. I could up. You
Yeah,
all right,
with
mate?
a-
So yeah, I hope that helps you. If anybody's are struggling to open your bottles, just buy a little bottle opening tool. That's all you need. So, and the original one was a UK made one. UK invented it.
Well, yeah, that's because you guys had to open your bottles for the short fills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you needed them.
I
That's why you
remember
guys
when
got it first.
somebody packed one in with for Grim Green, and he was just over the moon with it. And he was saying, "This is one of the best vape things I've got because of his random mixing. Because he gets sent so many juices from the UK."
It was
Not just that, but how many times he almost cut his fingers off with a knife opening it? Oh, God.
Yeah, it was Riyadh that invented it.
No.
Riyadh and his dad. If you don't know Riyadh, Pixel Vapor he used to be called.
Oh,
That's who invented it. Him and his dad. Pixel
cool.
Vapor he changed his name. It's if you ever watched the what were they called? VV something or other. What were they called?
yeah, it's called a crowbar, Rocky. That's why you
Yeah.
use to open up your gallons.
Yeah, so that's what it was. Riyadh. Richard is a dick.
Yeah, Rocky. Those little bottle openers don't work for your 5-gallon drums or 50-gallon
Yeah.
drums, whatever you get of your milk and honey.
I could have said, have you mixed up your yuzu
no.
custard mix?
No.
Well, he's
I
already done his
forgot
30 mil.
Get the yuzu out when I was getting stuff out of the cupboard. So
What's
which
so,
cheese did you use?
yuzu.
Flavora.
What's
That's the
different?
only
What?
flavor that's
So
good.
it's yuzu, obviously lemon in it.
Yeah, it's
No.
like a really bright.
It's-
It's not really.
It's like a
lemony.
lemony, grapefruity kind of just in that vibe mix, almost like a bright bitters flavor.
What's the zing into the lemon?
Yep, a little zing.
Shall we use a rusty pair of
Little
pliers?
both of them have a little pulpiness to them. Both the ones that are available.
Is yuzu a thing then? When did yuzu sort of come out? I've never heard of a yuzu lemon.
They both came out recently to the vape.
No.
There's
I know
one
that
for
they did for
dogs.
mixing, but I mean, what in real life is a yuzu?
It's a real fruit.
It's
It's,
a-
a real fruit.
It's a
like Japanese
like
lemon.
a Japanese lemon.
Oh, is that what it is? Right.
Yeah.
It's when flavor companies run out of normal flavors, they go around the world looking for really weird fruits,
Yeah.
like the star fruit.
No, that's
And
beyond.
what was it? Snake fruit. Snake fruit was another one.
It is more likely that they mix something up or shooting for something and miss the point and they go, what's this taste? It kind of tastes like a yuzu. Okay, we'll go with that.
And
What's a
they're
yuzu?
probably,
I don't know.
"What does
Look it up.
Well, what does a uzu toast taste like? And he goes, I don't know. Well, they know. No, they won't know. Let's just...
Yeah, it's got a bit of a zing to it.
They wouldn't have had one either, so don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
That's what I think half of it is. When they go, well, no one's ever fucking tasted it. It'll be right.
Yeah, like an exact thing. It gets it kind of like that. It's like a bright bitters, a really bright bitters flavor. It's with a
Yeah.
little like grapefruitiness to it.
Yeah, no one's ever tasted this shit. We can call it whatever we want.
Yeah,
They'll never fucking know.
we'll call it Captain Crunch.
And he says roasted yuzu. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's same with the thingy. It's when you get e-liquids in it. We'll call it something exotic. No one's ever fucking tasted half that shit. We're telling
And
you.
then we'll give it a really, really flowery description.
Yeah.
And that's you, that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. That grape diesel tastes great, doesn't it, Liam?
Yeah. Echo says yuzu is to me is like a bit of orange with lemon, not a lot of bitterness and thin. FLV makes the best one. There you go. So
Who's the other one?
So I'm getting your problem with grape, Liam, because there's 2 grape flavors in the Wonder Flavor releases, and I don't get diesel, but I get children's cough syrup out of every grape. Just straight up
She
children's
has
cough
trained her
syrup. It's
palate to taste
disgusting.
all cough syrups. Yes. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Do you know, right? I saw someone saying that they tried a white grape. Is it a white grape? I've never seen a white grape one.
Yeah.
The green grapes, they call them white grapes.
Yeah, it's
You
because
see,
the flesh inside is white.
See, it's just a matter of how you like the balance in them. Flavor and noms, both the uses are both good. It's just a matter of where do you want it to hit. They're
Is he still on
similar, but they're
satellite
not the
fucking-
same.
Is he still on satellite business?
I was waiting to answer because I was going to answer
grape.
I was going to answer Echo Dub, and then you just guys kept going. I had to wait for a pause. I was waiting for a
But
pause.
Echo, we've been busy with the single flavor testing on the Wonder flavors, so I forgot all about it. But I will get that yuzu out right after the show, and I will mix it and try it for Saturday's show.
She said yuzu, not uzu.
We're walking into release dates, aren't we now, for a lot of the flavors?
Yeah.
Flavor is coming out soon. They messaged me a little while ago. They're coming soon. Flavor will be.
What's coming soon? Is coming soon like 3 weeks, a month?
Whenever they finish testing, I suppose.
When they get them out. When they get them out.
It's just I've got
Wonder
no
flavor.
order. I'm waiting.
As far as FA and SSA, that's just a continuous thing. It's nonstop. It's just here's a few more. Here's a few more. We got a few new ultimates keep dropping here and there. Same thing. Nothing like a big drop. I like the big drops because they're easy. You can grab the pack, you're done. Grab the 2 packs in this case with Wonder Flavors, you're done. But then you do all these ones.
In my case, I wait until everybody says this is an absolute fantastic flavor, and I go with the opposite.
Okay.
What's happened to VSO
Guava.
at the moment? Do the cults? I've not heard
He hasn't been
anybody.
doing any drops
VSO,
lately. He hasn't been doing any drops in a while.
My recipe yesterday.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, he hasn't been doing any drops in a while. It's been a while. The last one
I'm
was
gonna
the
say-
cranberry, I believe.
I'm
Pure
going to say
cranberry.
it's been a while since I've heard anybody say, "Oh, new VSO flavors are coming out."
The last new flavor he had out was for the 4th of July. He put out a bomb pop.
Oh yeah,
flavor.
Bomb Pop. Yep. That was
And
the last
before
one.
that, it was last year when he put out the pure pumpkin for me and the pure cranberry.
Yeah, it just seemed to be had the load bringing out. It was constantly, like bringing them out, different ones, and then suddenly it just went, and I ain't heard
Yeah,
that.
I expect this because he's a very small operation, so I should imagine doing most of that stuff himself. So it's going to take a long time to actually develop the flavors, I expect.
Not just that, but I mean, maintaining the amount of flavors he already had. That's why I think he got rid of the OG lines over here, is to make it easier on himself. Unfortunately, because of shipping across with the contents and stuff, they have to be OG for him to send over. So he does have to keep that line open. But I think it's just trying to make it easier on himself. In the end, he used to have more help at the house, and now he has less. So
The kids that were helping, they both moved out. One of them actually just got married, I think.
Right.
So he's been busy planning a wedding too.
Yeah, no, it just seemed like everybody were VSO have done this, VSO, and then suddenly it were like, ooh, and you don't hear anybody really talk about it. Do you know what I mean?
because it hasn't been much to talk about. No new news. It's
No,
just
no,
the same
that's what
flavors.
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It were all, oh yeah, he's brought this out, and then suddenly it just sort of, and for about a year, I've not.
You
heard
just
a
like
great
done.
deal.
I mean, other than the pures, he came out with the 2 pures and a 1 shot. That's all he's had in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
The pures are good.
There was also the Larry one shot too. The stout
Oh yeah, the stout. Yep.
was last year.
And while we're on, I will mention it.
Song.
If you didn't know that Alchemist Cupboard are having a sale at the moment for FLV.
Hey Graham, did you hear that?
Avora.
Is it 50 or 60%, Benny?
I thought it was
60.
50, but I'm seeing 60.
60 on Flavora, and they've got more clearance concentrates in there as well.
So go over and have a look.
And there's nothing wrong
You
with
can bring
them.
it up if you want.
Well,
There's
bring it up,
nothing
Liam, for
wrong with them.
last 5 minutes. Bring them up. Let's have a look and see what he's got on.
Last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
last 5 minutes. Barry's having a sale.
You think Graham can last 5 minutes?
I didn't realise it was 5 minutes. I thought we were around about 10 o'clock, quarter to 10.
Yeah, no. Are you going to bring it up, Liam, for last? Are you going to
Yeah.
do a little bit of sharing? I heard there was a big explosion in Newcastle last night. My first reaction was Hanky Panky must have been visited and blew up another mod.
Another thing of note, not only can you always use code AFL 15% off at Noms, but right now they have a 25% sale going on. Right now. I don't know. They've been having a lot of sales, so.
Paul said it was until midnight. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be midnight your time or our time.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't had that. They did have a weekend one with 20% off.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, but
I
don't
found it. So, share screen. No, I don't want to share the. I don't want to share YouTube chat with the people in YouTube chat. No, I was going to share the YouTube chat with people again.
Sorry, guys, it's taking a minute to close all these tabs.
Right, so these are all the Flavora that are on offer. So you just go on to alchemistcupboard.co.uk and then click on the little special offers tab. And they got a Burrow tank mod kit there, Benny, for 50 quid.
It is, but I don't like the exposed battery.
This is all of the Flavora. So it looks like the whole line.
It is the whole line. Everything they have.
Yeah, so there's some absolutely cracking concentrates you can pick up for a bargain.
And for sale until gone is what it said.
Has he got strawberry? Has he got that?
Has he got citrus soda?
The Alpine strawberry.
Alpine strawberry, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's in alphabetical. No, it's not.
I saw the citrus soda when he was scrolling through ground, so.
You did say it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. There's yam there, Benny, for you. But
Yamaha helps.
Hey, look.
There's a yuzu for £2.
Yuzu,
yep.
£2. We've just been on about that.
That lime wedge is excellent as well.
I like that one myself. Yes, it does fade, but I love it.
That wood spice is good if you're brave, but you have to use it very, very, very low, and it is a little bit perfumey. Well, yeah,
they have some of the best tobaccos. And they're there.
Vanilla
I'm
bean
not
as
sure
well.
if he does
That's a good
ship to America. I think we'll talk about this before. You have to get in touch with him.
He might do if you send him an email. He might ship over if it's a big enough order.
Yeah.
That's one that I've been meaning to try. Is the sugar orchid.
It's good. It's really
It's
nice.
so good.
Gives you sugar lips almost. It's nice. It's like a candied sugar orchid.
I'm not seeing Alpine on here, Benny, but it could just be that I need to keep scrolling through. What I'll do, I'll stop sharing and I'll just keep scrolling through now.
What were you after? Citrus soda, Graham?
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, that
is there.
That was on there.
That I use so much of that.
Liam, you could just put in a search bar Alpine strawberry.
But I need to make an order from Noms because Noms have just got in a flavour that I want.
Which one?
Not telling.
He's not telling till he's used
Because
it, and then he can say,
I'll tell you after the show.
Yeah.
I've learned from Benny's bargains.
He's not telling anybody.
They've got premium strawberry back in again.
All right.
Wait until they get the new Wonder flavors and get the guava strawberry.
You hear that?
No, there's no Alpine strawberry, Benny.
I don't think he bought that one. I don't think they got that one in.
Cassie, they got premium raspberry back in.
Oh,
yeah, we got it over here.
Dude.
Does that mean they're actually making it again? So
I don't. Well, even if they did, they'd have a surplus in their inventory for a while. Probably 55 gallon.
I got a 4-ounce bottle, dude.
And
good for a while.
While you're there picking up your flavour concentrates, you can also pick up the ODB battery wraps as well if you really need to rewrap your batteries.
Yeah, you can ODB. You can also get concentrates from there. You can get some fluoride in the long fill. You can also get some neon sauce. Sorry,
there was another flavour that I'm trying out. I'm getting that blue raspberry slushy.
I know Alpine strawberry is here, Benny.
It is there.
Alpine, £8 reduced from 14.
Exactly.
I got it free from them in one of those mystery boxes. I got Alpine strawberry, rich cinnamon in there. That vanilla. What's the vanilla one?
What was that, like the elite box with the gold foil on it?
Was it vanilla bean essence?
No, not epic vanilla. That's Mullenbury, isn't it?
Yeah.
That really expensive one. What was it? £12 for 10 flavors, and
Yeah.
I got those 3.
My last Noms order was like
You
without
got your
including
money's
shipping
worth.
was like 130 quid
Really
after
did.
discount.
Yeah. If you do go over to Alchemist, come out and buy it, just put in notes, Benny sent us.
Yeah,
Just put
And then
Benny
they'll
sent
send
us.
you some nasty
it's
extra
after a
stuff
new
with it.
sponsor, seeing the other sponsors just withdrawn.
Yeah. Yeah, just put in Benny
They'll get
sent
their
us.
hands on some beef and some yam and send it if you say Benny sent you.
Exactly. You might get some yam beef. You might get some gravy in there. Right. So we are. So just go over there, and also, like I say, go over to Vape Gems if you want some of Shy Stot's Stuff or Legio X, or if you want some Licious. Let me get it over there.
Or some of the old classics as well, isn't it, Graham?
Yeah, of course, things like the Vampire Vape Heisenberg and some of the classics. So as soon as I see a classic that people mention constantly in chats and stuff like
Yes.
that, my own boy Botanics range, they all go, "Oh, that's fantastic! It's fantastic! Oh, get some in." It's not that fantastic, is it? You don't want to buy it.
Yeah. And if you do want some Amatorium, he's got it very cheap at the moment. Amatorium. If you want that.
340,
some more.
345, including a Nick shot, apart from the Glamour, which is 545, including a Nick shot. I've got 2 left of mint cake now.
So if you want to try some before it all goes, go in, and gone.
And then I'll bring them back in long fills.
Yeah.
So mixing up the glamour for Grim
But he
is
said,
how I discovered that if you lick nicotine, you get sick. I thought I got some concentrate from the bottle on my finger, and it was straight up Nick, and I licked it off, and it was not.
Yeah.
I was swimming.
Oh, apparently he's been on the site and they do deliver to US. Yay.
excellent.
So there you go.
No.
Go over and
No,
fill your
also,
boots.
there was something on there that nobody else does over in Mac. The Flavor Smiths, they've got the Flavor
Yes.
Smiths in there.
Yes.
They have.
Uh,
Flavor Smiths.
The
I like
weirder the flavors, the better they are.
Yeah, well, the old Noted have got 3 episodes on the Flavor Smiths, haven't they? I would recommend the Green Energy if you like energy drinks.
That's not bad.
That's
Green
not-
Energy is good. What's the weird one? You guys got that drink there, the red drink. They
Vimto.
have one. The Vimto. That's actually, I don't know if it's accurate to Vimto, but it's tasty. Their version of like a fruitcake type thing. I had a pen.
Nice fruit drink.
Starts with a P.
Panna
but
cotta.
it's like a fruit.
Panna
Yeah, that
cotta.
is really good.
I like
Like I
the,
said, the weirder it is, the better they were.
the meringue was good. It's a hard cased meringue, which I was
Meringue.
impressed.
Are
Meringue.
you getting
Meringue.
Meringue.
are you getting mixed up between Alchemist Cupboard and the E6 shop? Because
Yeah,
Alchemist Cupboard haven't got the Flavor Smiths.
as
Oh,
I
yeah,
said, I didn't
E6
think
shop
they did.
that got
E6
Flavor
shop.
Smiths.
Ryan has them. Ryan has
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. But like I say, if you do want to try some fluoride, you can get a bottle of that there in concentrate.
Fluide.
Fluoride. So, right.
Fluide.
So we are coming up to that time. It is time to say our
Sense
goodbyes.
Nothing does matter.
Who's friends?
No, it makes sense now.
Right, we will go around and say our goodbyes. We'll start with our Graham.
All right, bye. Cassie.
I'm just gonna pull a grab and say, "All right, bye." Thanks for coming out.
You're all stars.
You're all stars.
Tim.
I don't want to go. No, I was just typing. Yeah, we got can't remember what our show is this weekend now. Which one is
Well,
this
you
week?
better remember because I have no clue. I haven't looked.
You haven't looked. I think the candy episode, the Halloween candies. That's right. We're doing Halloween candies this week. Get ready for Halloween. Halloween candy. If you want to mix it wrong, just hashtag your recipe with hashtag AAFL, and we'll go over it and perhaps mix it.
Andy, how am I supposed to spin that into a milkshake or a cheesecake?
You'll figure it out.
Gummy bear
Now pass-
cheesecake sounds good.
Yeah, there you go. Pixie stick cheesecake might actually not be bad. I'll pass it to Liam.
Thanks, everybody. And over to you, Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining the chat tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. Like I say, if you don't have any questions, you can go over to Monkey on Juice on the Facebook, and there's plenty of people in there. If you want a little bit of one-on-one mixing, you're not 100% sure, and you want to spend a load of money at different shops, then Graham will jump in with you and give you a little bit of one-to-one and show you how to spend your money into Zoom.
And show Facebook Messenger. I can do those.
And show you how to spend money on concentrates. Plain and simple. Do go over and follow Liam, Advocate for Liberty, and Lady Liberty over on ELR. Graham's also over on there, that you can find some of their flavours and try and mix some of them up. You can also find Tim and Cassie over on the Saturday night. It's your show, innit? Saturday night? Yeah.
And
Saturday
Tuesdays there will still be Tuesday shows. It's just not a panel show.
Yeah.
Different.
So just a little bit different. So yeah, go over and give that a look at. Do use FFFL at Noms. You can use that if you want.
What I was going to ask.
Which gives you a little bit.
Yeah, I can do that.
FFFL. If you want to save a little bit of money on Bull City and over at Noms, you want to save a little bit of money off. And do go over to, like say, The Alchemist and see what they've got on there. Pick some flavours up from there. And like I say, go over to our Graham to Vape Gems for all your vaping requirements on pre-made liquids. And we'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night all.
We'll help you get your science.